Once in a while, you'll come across a series that has great animation, cool characters, clever writing, the works. This show is no exception. I'm sure you guys all heard of it. The Amazing Digital Circus. Amazing Digital Circus was created by Gooseworks and was spearheaded by popular indie animation studio Glitch Productions. The show follows a group of wacky computer-generated characters inside a digital circus, hence the name of the show. It turns out that they're all humans stuck inside this digital world with a literal AI character that sends them on different adventures from time to time. Together, they must go on adventures in order to stay sane and keep from quote-unquote abstracting. That's this show's terminology for turning into glitched monstrosities like this one. Now, I've been wanting to cover this show for a while, though I kind of wanted to wait until the finale premiered on YouTube to cover this, so now that that's happened, we can finally do this. Anyways, this is The Amazing Digital Circus. First of all, let's take a look at our characters. We have Pomni, a cartoony jester with a heart of gold. Jax, the bully character in the group. By the way, that's Michael Kovac, the same guy who plays Fantokio in Billy Bustup. There's also a ragdoll named Ragatha, who tries to be nice to everyone. We have Gangle, who usually gets her comedy mask broken, causing her to wear her drama mask all the time. We also have Zubul, a toy-like character who hates going on adventures. Then there's Kinger, who isn't able to remember things unless he's in the dark. He's voiced by Sean Chiplock, the guy who plays Scrimshaw in Billy Bustup, and Awful Alvin from the VeggieTales reboot? Dang, this guy's been around! And then we have Kane, an AI that's both funny and obviously can't relate to her characters because, well, they're all trapped in this video game. They all had seemingly normal lives until they were sucked into this digital circus. And you'll notice this throughout the show, because you get to learn about each of the characters, their backstories, and how they got here. Meanwhile, Kane doesn't understand what the group is going through, because, well, he's an AI. He wasn't programmed to understand human emotions. The group eventually decides to rebel against Kane, and this eventually leads to Kane going crazy, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Now let's talk about the animation. First of all, look at all this. I mean, think about it. The animators took a lot of time and effort making this. And given that the characters are in a digital world, all the cartoony effects, the glitches, and so on are intentional. Like a video game, the show has NPCs, including a gummy character named Gummy Goo, who Pomni can't bring back to the digital circus because, well, he's an NPC. By the way, NPC means non-playable character in video game lingo. Now, when it comes to the show's writing, it's got a lot of humor as well as heart. It's funny here and there, and yet it's heartfelt when it needs to be. Having said that, let's go through the entire series from the pilot episode to the long-awaited finale. Okay, seriously, how the hell are we gonna cover all these episodes? Especially the finale. I mean, that's a long one. Just wing it. Wing it? I don't want this to be an hour long. Still, you can just wing it. But there's not enough time.
There's always time for a song.
No, we're not doing a song about time.
Don't be stupid, friends.
Okay, bye. Anyway, the pilot episode shows Pomni trying her best to understand her new digital reality while trying to look for a way out. She sees a red door, but when she goes through it, it leads to another door, and then another and another. I mean, seriously, that means if I go through one of these doors, I would find another, but what the f***?
Hello, Blitzy.
Sorry, Stolas, some other time. I mean, not like that, but you know what I mean. Episode 2 involves the characters trying to save a Candyland-type kingdom from a group of gummy bandits. Pomni manages to befriend one of the bandits, Gummy Goo, But then Kane, for some stupid reason, deletes Gummy Goo because he's an NPC. Now, episode 3 has the characters explore a haunted mansion, with the exception of Zubul, who stays behind only to partake in an awkward therapy session with Kane. Okay. Meanwhile, Pomni and Kinger get separated from the group. Pomni learns that Kinger is understanding and helpful whenever he's in the dark, and that he had lost his wife to abstraction. Now, this was my favorite episode of the series for a while, until a later episode, which we'll talk about in a little bit. Now, episode 4 has Kane going through a suggestion box of ideas for adventures. This has the group working at, of all places, a fast food restaurant. Riveting. This had to be the most boring episode of the series. Though, the one thing that it got going for it was Gangle's struggle with depression and having to hide her true feelings with the comedy mask. And then we get episode 5, where the characters are thrown into different scenarios. This is where we eventually learn about the characters' past lives and how Jax used to have friends in the digital circus before they got abstracted. Feeling sorry for Jax, Pomni starts hanging out with him more than Ragatha. And then, episode 8 is about, having guns. It's like Fortnite meets Amazing Digital Circus. Or Amazing Digital Circus meets Fortnite. Which eventually became a thing in real life. Pomni teams up with Jax in a battle royale competition, eliminating the other characters one by one. This leads to Pomni seeing Jax as a friend, but then Jax rejects this friendship, leading Pomni to getting back together with Ragatha. Now in episode 7, the group goes to the beach, but an NPC named Abel tells them that he knows how to get out of the digital circus. They sneak into Kane's office to find 2 buttons. A blue one that'll release them from the game, and a red one that'll keep them inside the game. But then Jax suffers a panic attack and presses the red button, only for the group to find out that this whole thing was an adventure that Kane had created. Abel was nothing more than an NPC this whole time, and, well, nobody wins here except Kane. Talk about a bullshit way to end an episode. Okay, episode 8 is where things took a turn for the worst. Hey, how are we doing on time? Wait a minute. No one's there.
Oh, your enthusiasm inspires me!
Kane gets frustrated that the group isn't willing to entertain his adventure ideas and glitches out hard.
I have a new adventure for you, and you should consider participating. It's news to me that it's news to you.
God damn, a villain song sequence in Amazing Digital Circus? Move over, Barnaby. You might have some competition.
So strap on in and take it on the chin, and don't forget who's running the show!
Okay, we get it. You want people to take you seriously. This ultimately has the group go behind Kane's back so that Kinger can try and change Kane's code. But then Kane goes crazy and he tortures the characters in various ways. But then Kinger accidentally deletes Kane, causing the digital circus to fall apart, leaving us with a well-deserved cliffhanger.
Holy shit.
Now, the finale is where things get even more interesting. Not just because of what's in it, but because of how it was given to us. Originally, the finale was supposed to air on YouTube and Netflix on June 19th of 2026. But then the trailer comes out, saying that a theatrical release would take place a couple of weeks before the online premiere date. This, of course, sparked a lot of controversy, with people saying that that would run the risk of spoilers popping up on social media before the online premiere. I've talked about this in a video which you can check out anytime. Luckily, I was able to avoid spoilers for those couple of weeks and watch the finale on June 19th. So, without further ado, let's take a look at the finale. In the finale, the characters are trying to make sense of what happened to the digital circus now that Kane was deleted. Emotions run high as Pomni tries one last time to get through to Jax. When I first saw this episode, I was in tears off and on. For so long, it's been nothing but fun and games, but when it comes to this finale, I think some of you are going to get emotional watching this. I mean, if you watched the entire series up to this point, you'll understand. And in the end, I was like, damn. And that was the entire series of the Amazing Digital Circus. This show has been a wild ride for a few years now. It's funny, it's heartfelt, and it's got great animation. And the fact that it got the movie theater treatment at some point in time, it's quite an achievement for indie studios everywhere. Now, will there be a show like this one again? Well, I honestly don't know. When something is lightning in a bottle, then that's just it. It's lightning in a bottle. It might take forever for us to get something like this again. So until then, let's continue to enjoy something like Amazing Digital Circus for many years to come. Even though the show is finally over, this is something timeless. And it goes to show that indie studios and creators, whether you make a movie, a web series, a video game, and so on, the entertainment industry can really use a lot more creativity and artistic talent, especially when it's coming from indie studios and creators. Wow, that was quite a video. But seriously, you guys, check out the Amazing Digital Circus. It's a great series. Also, leave a like on this video and subscribe to my channel for more fun videos like this one. Now, as promised, for this month only, since it's my birthday, I want to shout out both my paid Patreons and my free members on Patreon. Thank you guys. You guys are super, super awesome, as always. You can also follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, DeviantArt, Tumblr, all that shebang-a-bang. And as always, thank you so much for watching this video. Again, leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. And until next time, this has been your girl, LarryBoy Fanatic, the eyes and plunger ears of the LarryBoy multiverse and more.